Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we look at an article regarding a study into university campuses that found what we've been saying all along. It's titled, Right-wing or pro-Brexit academics are censored on British university campuses, report warns. A survey found fewer than 20% of academics voted for right-wing parties. Who's a right-wing party? We don't have any right-wing parties. In comparison, 75% voted Labour, Liberal Democrat or Green from 2017. Well, there's a surprise, eh? Papers suggest a structural discriminatory effect on right-leaning academics. So as I said, we all knew this anyway, didn't we? But it is refreshing to see the media pick up on it, and a study has pretty much proved it. Hopefully this will prompt the Tories to do something, or they won't have a base for very long, will they, if it's all left-leaning? Let's read, shall we? But before we do, Anne, tag, you're it.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Academic freedom in British universities is in danger as the minority of academics with right-leaning or pro-Brexit views feel they have to censor what they teach and discuss, a report has warned. A survey for the Policy Exchange think tank found that political affiliations among academics in UK universities have changed in recent decades, with fewer than 20% saying they voted for right-leaning parties in the 2017 and 2019 elections. It's not that they've been silenced so much, it's that they've been driven out of the jobs, isn't it? This compares with 75% voting for Labour. Boo! This just proves to me that we need to get rid of the universities altogether and start again. The Liberal Democrats or the Greens. The paper titled Academic Freedom in the UK, only if you're left-leaning, suggests there is a structural discriminatory effect against the minority of academics at British universities who identify as being on the right. The paper argues that higher education institutions and the government must do much more to ensure that all lawful speech is protected on university campuses. It should be protected all across the country, not just in university campuses. But that's a pipe dream, that's a thing of the past, is it not? A YouGov poll for the report of 820 current and former academics found that just over half of respondents said they would feel comfortable sitting with a colleague who is a Leave supporter at lunch, in a meeting or in the staff room. Just over half. So that is effectively a nice way of saying half of the people in university would be choosing friends based on your thoughts. You see why there's no one in that's on the right wing now? It's because they've been driven out, haven't they? But more than 4 in 5 said they believe academics who were pro-Remain would feel comfortable expressing their views to colleagues, because they're all the same. Extreme Marxism oozes out of every last one of them now. I actually question the 20%, to be honest. The report suggests that right-leaning academics are more likely to choose to self-censor compared to colleagues who are centrist or on the left. Rubbish. It's not about self-censoring. It's about if you don't self-censor, they will get you sacked, would they not? Some pro-leave social sciences and humanities academics said they had refrained from publishing or airing views in research and teaching for fear of consequences to their careers. I rest my case. The paper warns the challenge today is that a serious threat to academic freedom may now arise from within universities. What academic freedom? They've already said 80% of them are left-leaning, and that means Marxist teachers. 80% means that all of the curriculum will be Marxist teachings. At this point, if you send your children or will allow your children to go to university, you are a mug. This internal threat derives from the way that some of the in the university, both students and faculty members, relate to others on campus, being willing to penalise them on the basis of their perceived or actual political views. Did you hear that word, perceived? That basically says, if I think you're right-wing, you're right-wing. Does it not? And we wonder why there's only 20% left. The report calls on the government to make it explicit in law that universities have a direct duty to protect academic freedom and freedom of speech. How about this one? Protect freedom of thought, because that's dying as well. Universities Minister Michelle Donnellan said, this government is committed to bringing forward measures to strengthen free speech and academic freedom, potentially including legislation. But Joe Grady, General Secretary of the University and College Union, here we go, SJW time, what are we thinking? dismissed the findings. Of course she did. She said the idea that academic freedom is under threat is a myth. 80-20. Joe Grader. Maybe you should actually study in the school that you're actually teaching, because it sounds like you're an absolute moron. Now, what's my opinion on this? Free speech is already dead, isn't it? It has been for years. Our right to offend is gone. And schools and universities have been systematically removing first right-leaning teachers and professors, and then remove it all from the curriculum. Not only has the left eroded freedom to say what you want, they have also killed off freedom of thought. You don't believe me? How about the cops checking your thinking? Prime example, isn't it? This is another reason to despise Tony Blair's government. They did this with changing it to hate speech, then offence defining hate speech, which made it 100% weaponised. Am I wrong in thinking that the universities are trash? I wouldn't send a newt to learn in them. They destroy kids' futures, seems to turn them into hateful people. Am I wrong? Look at the USA if you don't believe me. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I'd like to know your opinion on this one, because I think schools are pretty much trash at this point. They're all Marxists, aren't they? I mean, I've done a video previously, straight out of the teachers' union mouths. We're all Marxists. Well, I'm sorry, I wouldn't want my child to be brought up learning Marxism as a good thing, considering it has always turned into a humanitarian crisis. Every single time Marxism's been tried. Prove me wrong in comments if you think you can. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Share it out, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.